So those who haven't heard, the Premier just opened the new metro tunnel. It just so happens I was working on making an air quality device to measure the amount of stuff in each room of the house that might be causing allergens. And so I was curious about the air quality inside the new metro tunnel. I also wanted to get familiar with an ESP board as I wanted to use these types of microcontrollers for another project. So I put together an ENS160 air quality sensor and a DSP humidity sensor together on a basic breadboard with an ESP32 dev kit. After coding them inside the Arduino GUI, please don't judge me for not breaking out the fancy China of Visual Studio, I quickly realized using an LED array as a display was not going to be great, so I switched out to a 0.96-inch OLED display. After some resoldering the air quality sensor so it's properly attached and some rewiring, I need to power it with the battery. I'm not sure of the easiest way to do this, and I just so happen to have brought an MB102 breadboard power module which I can fit inside the power connector jack. Plus, it also has a button that I can turn my device on and off. Great, so it works. I can power it on and gives a reading of the air quality on the OLED display. It's not super pretty with all the wires around it. In fact, it looks kind of, how can I say, alarming to take onto the train. Without access to my 3D printer, I decided to put it inside an old bowl and cover the top with paper, cutting out areas for the 3 modules. Looks a little less conspicuous now, plus if I add it to a crate with some wires and some random old boards, it looks like I'm just a confused undergrad. So on the train, I switch it on and see what the air quality is. The flashing of the display doesn't really come up in real life. I've set up the display to show me the output from the 2 modules. The AQI represents the basic air quality index with levels 1 to 5 being the worst. The CO2 is an electronic approximation of the amount of CO2, the more the worse the air is. The VOC is the total volatile organic compounds, just a representation of the amount of bad gases detected. And the humidity and the temperature is just for reference. I expect the air quality to be about the same as outside, with a larger increase in CO2 because it's in a small enclosed space. The train ride was okay. There were some people there. Lucky nobody really questioned my strange thing and why I was filming. There was a lot of other people filming as well because the station is quite new and I guess people are really excited to show all their friends. The results of the air quality was surprisingly mid. It went down to 2 for the general AQI compared to say 1 at the surface, with around 30-point increase in CO2 and a 65-point increase in VOC, which is most likely the result of the station being underground and away from fresh air. Honestly, I think it's really impressive how much engineering has gone into making the tunnel. Anyway, I believe that's it for now.